Hi guys. Oh, I did not want to do live tonight, but I got super excited about this, and I hope it's right because I tested it like 4 or 5 times and I keep getting the same area. So, and it matches prior readings. If you put everything together, it matches. So, yeah, I thought it was interesting. I couldn't breathe during that time too when I mentioned the Maui thing. So this isn't going to be a terribly long live tonight, not like it was last night. I'm actually exhausted. I had a couple of readings today, and they actually weren't medium readings, but for some reason they made me feel tired. So, and then I answered a few questions, but I actually wanted to do the Rainbow Bridge thing tonight, but again, my stuff ended too late. Tomorrow, hopefully, things start a little bit earlier in my readings, but I do have 2 1-hour readings, so I have no idea. Maybe if I get a long enough break and a nap, I'll be okay. We'll see. I don't know if like these locations are accurate. So I'm trying a new thing that I watched and learned from a different somebody that uses their pendulum, and I was watching and kind of learning how to do it differently because the way that I use it never works. So I've been trying it on the cases that I'm like curious, and I'm always curious about Dylan because I've always kind of seen where he was, but I've never been able to find it, and I never really felt much on a map. And I know that one thing I couldn't get away from his like property, so I don't know if there's evidence on the property, there's something on, or some reason there's something about the property. I know that it's possible that could be because that's where everything happened, but for some reason I'm very drawn there for some reason, but that's not what I'm getting here. Now, keep in mind, this will be like I said, I don't know if it's accurate until they go and look and it's logged off, which I think maybe they've already looked, but maybe they haven't looked well enough and he's been missed in some way, shape, or form. Because it's very interesting where I got, but it does match like things that I've seen. In other readings, like with the rocks and stuff that I've gotten before. So we'll see. I at least wanted to put it out because I got excited. So I felt tired. I didn't really want to do a live, but I was like, yeah. I have to share it. And I didn't know, like, I didn't feel like really making a video. I wanted people here when I shared it to see what you guys thought about it. Hey, maybe that's confirmation. I don't know. But I'm just going to give it a little bit more time. Really, it really does just take time when it comes to writing. I call it auto writing. It's probably the same thing that I do. It takes a long time to be able to kind of get more control over it. It's just a practice make perfect thing. That's the best way I can explain it. Is practice makes perfect, and meditation on learning to kind of hone in on just individual things, like learning how to connect with spirit by meditation, because that teaches you how to cut off all the other noise. So you probably are starting the way that I did, which was auto writing, and that's what I continue to do now. That's my favorite way to connect, because I get deep in a deeper channel, because I always connect with writing anyways. So yep, that's called auto writing. So that's how I started as well. So again, it takes a long time, and when you're auto writing, you are an open channel most of the time, so it might not be just specifically that. It depends on how open you are. Hi guys. Okay. All right. So the location that I don't know how to put the map on the freaking screen. The only way it lets me present anything, because I only have one monitor, is like a slide, and I don't really want to put this on a slide, because I should have done that before we started. But anyways, okay. So I did this twice. I mean, multiple times, not twice. I've done this multiple times to make sure I'm getting around the right area. Now it could be within miles. I'm not saying like it's exactly right there, but yeah, I might try to go back over the cases I can. Dulce, it's not hitting the other direction. So I'm getting one direction, but it keeps going on the other. So it makes me even wonder if she's in the state. So I'm waiting for maps for that to do that, because whenever I do this, the way that it prints out, it's more like not a large area. So what I'm getting for Dylan is these circled ones right here. Oh, yeah, these circled ones right here. So they came very close together. I don't know why. This one is the one that circles the most, is right here, the first one. If you see, this is the Bobby Mountains, and Red Butte is right here, and the Devils is right here, but it's on the other side, like closer to the road. So this is where I'm getting for Dylan, and I've done it multiple times. I don't know specifically if this area, I don't know if it would just be something that I have to check, that's where it keeps hitting. And remember that this is off of a pendulum, and the maps are kind of spread out, but gives an idea of where he possibly could be at. Now, if we look at the old readings, I got a lot of like the black rocks and things like that, and sandy and all of that. So, but it's harder to do this on a widespread area. Like if someone is miles and miles away or in a different state or whatever, because of the way that this prints, it's too hard to do that. So I have to do more cases for now until I get maps that are wider reaching. I have to do them on, like, this is what I'm doing, is I'm printing them out off of maps. So this is what I'm getting for him. Sorry. Still barking at my son. Hey Winter, good to see you. Yeah, I actually don't plan on being on that long tonight. I got really tired for some reason. So, and not everybody will be found, unfortunately, but I just do the best that I can. So I don't know who knows anybody in that area, but that's the area I'm focusing on. I could try to let me see on my phone real quick and see if I can get kind of like match it up with the map and get coordinates. It's hard because it's on a what do you call it? Paper map. I have to try to line it up the best I can. It won't be exact. Okay. So trying to, let me line this up a little bit. Because it doesn't work very well on my phone doing it this way. And it might be a little bit further. Let's see, how close is it to that? Because these maps, it's hard to tell distance when you print them out. So, I don't know. Those are you can't see them. 41.542986 to 113.608.139. And that's just me trying to match up. It might not be the exact coordinates because I kind of just have to match it up off my phone. So this dot here is the one that's really circles this area a lot. But I go one direction and then another. So I don't know. I've never gotten he was like in a mine shaft. But that doesn't mean that he's not. I don't know what's in this area. I'm not there. So I'm just going off of a map, basically printing it out and trying my new thing with the pendulum. But I cannot promise that it's right, but I do know that I've hit the same area multiple times, and you go one way and then it'll tell you when to switch directions, and then you go the other way and it'll tell you where to stop. So that's kind of how I do it. And again, I don't know, honestly. I mean, a lot of people are still out there, unfortunately. Like I said, with them, I feel like they're further away, so they'll be harder to do until I get a regular map. But with people that are closer, it's easier for me to do. And I'm doing, do one case at a time, the best that I can. And I kept hitting this area, and it matches the readings. It matches the readings. So that's why I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Because it matches prior readings, because I know a lot of people thought the devil's area. I remember I got red before, and I kept getting like the color of these rocks. It's not that he's in that area, but I feel like he's obviously by it because we can get within miles. So, and the 30 runs right there. I'll just go to Lucent Pond because I don't know like the actual. I mean, if that's right, it's like 40 minutes, depending on which way you go. I did always get him, like, putting him in a truck and driving him, but there was still a reason I was drawn to his property. And like I said, there might be evidence or something there that we don't know about. So I mean, I can't promise. It's not going to hurt if people are out there to check it. That's just the area that keeps because I don't know, it matches some of the readings I've gotten before, but I don't know. I can't really tell on a map what's there other than it just looks sandy. Why that area, I don't know. But the Devil's Playground rocks, I mean, they're black. They look like it. I don't think he's actually in Devil's Playground. It looks like he's closer to the road, according to where this is clicking at. So that's a roundabout time frame because I can't get the freaking exact. Like I said, it's just off this. I have to do a paper map. These maps don't really work because I don't know if it has to do with like the electronic, being an electronic, a phone, and my screen moves. It just doesn't work well on the phone. I mean, I could try it, but it doesn't work that great. But I've always felt he was kind of close to a road for some reason. I don't know. I mean, it matches previous readings. Like I said, I'm just going by. I only go by what I keep getting over and over, and that's what I keep getting. So, it just doesn't work well with the pendulum on a phone. Unfortunately, the way that I'm doing it. So, and I think he had time. He had time to go that far. Would he have? I don't know. Maybe if he didn't want to get caught, he would have. I know that a lot of people thought that the Devil's Playground was a location, which I feel like, according to this, is close. I didn't expect it to be there, but that's where it was. I mean, that's where that's where it keeps hitting. I mean, I did this probably 6 or 7 times, and I keep getting the same place. So I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense or not, but I kind of wanted to share that with you guys. And again, it could be within, a few miles. It might not be the exact Dylan rounds. So I don't know. Obviously, I think for my readings, like he's probably hidden. I don't think he took the time to bury him. So, I don't know. But I just wanted to come on real quick and share that with you because I wanted your thoughts on it. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about it. But I got really excited when I actually got a hit on something. Yeah, it is kind of right next to the road. That's 30. That road is 30, number 30. Comes and what's interesting is across from that is a cemetery, an old cemetery, which I think I got multiple times. That just popped up, which I didn't see before. But the Tarrant Cemetery is there, and I remember at some point getting an older cemetery around in the area. And also, what is there is the old railroad. Railroad has come in before, but that's the name of the road, the old railroad. It's on the opposite side. Rosebud Creek Farm. Huh. Now, this road doesn't have a freaking name. But yeah, it puts him kind of close to the road. I don't see that if he took him there, he would really go that off the road that much. You can go another direction that's longer. You can go around the mountains, which I don't think they did. But interesting enough, too, as I zoom in on this, there's a creek right there. And there's a Crystal Mountain Road, which makes sense from other things. But the creek, even if there's not water in it, I kept getting that. Some bushes and stuff, like a creek bed, like I've gotten that before. I remember I dreamed of that before. I mean, it's not like right off the road, but it's not far from the road. Most bodies are found off the road. People, it's easy. But I find it interesting that there's a creek and stuff there. Like I seen this, like I said, it'd have to go out there and look. I don't know what to say. We won't know if it's accurate until someone goes and looks, because I haven't really tried this on, like I said, I wanted to try it on old cases, but I just don't have the time and energy to do that right now, and the ink to like just print out maps for it. Maybe one day I'll get to that, but as of right now, I just was like super curious because I've done so many readings on him and I've always get bugged by it, like where he's at. I was like, I'm gonna do it real quick, and that's what I came up with. But there's stuff I've gotten around there, so that's another reason. His property is still relevant for some reason. There's something on there that we're missing, but I don't know what it is. It could just be because it happened there, but what is that? See, Southern Pacific Railroad. So there are railroad tracks there. Some dirt pits too. I mean, it's not going to hurt. They don't have anywhere else to check. Honestly, they don't have anywhere else to check. So, and this is crazy. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing right here. I had a dream about something that looked just like this a long time ago when I was working on Dylan's case. Like this really green area with like the creek that looks like something I had in a dream. So that's kind of interesting that that's there. And I am looking, I don't know if it looks like that now, but I'll be shown how it looks on a map anyways. What is this road? Muddy Ranch Road, huh? That's just interesting about that looking like my dream. I appreciate it. I mean, I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. It's very, very possible. I am just going off of what I'm learning with the pendulum and how to kind of use it. But that's where it keeps hitting. So I think maybe the people that were looking at Devil's Playground were close, but they didn't go far enough out. He's not like, I'm not, according to this, not in the mountains, but close to it. And there are roads that you can take to go out, like off the main road. Like there's a Crystal Mountain Road. Kind of pulled to that, actually. That might be because I've gotten Crystal a lot in the past. But you can take a shorter way, which is 41 minutes. It's not that far. I've seen people drive a lot farther. And if we go back to my readings, I mean, it does kind of fit, honestly. And I went from Lucent Pond, so I don't know. It might even be a little bit more the other way. But it's the desert. I suck at maps anyways. So what I did was I just printed it out and then did my pendulum thing. The same thing I did on summer. Try to see. So I'll show you guys one more time. I marked what it was. So it's literally like the first one is the one that really hits the most, is the first thought. But it hits that whole, it circles. As soon as I hit that area, the circles get really big. So, hopefully. Doesn't hurt to look. It's something that you're not going to find like just with drones or whatever. Like I have somebody go out there and just see. Already did it. You'll have to check the reading from yesterday or day before, whatever day that was. Yeah, I'm not staying on long tonight though, because I wanted to do the Rainbow Bridge thing, but I got so exhausted after my readings, which is weird because they weren't mediumship readings, but for some reason and I drank an energy drink and I just feel tired. I don't know. So, kind of sucks. I find it interesting. There's like a creek bed right there that looks like my dream. But, I did several readings on him and tried to get location, and I keep getting 2 areas. So like I said, whether there's some kind of evidence at his house that we're missing, or that's because that's where it happened at, and I'm getting pulled to the energy there. Very possible. But this is where the pendulum keeps taking me. So until it gets checked, I guess we'll just wonder if it's accurate or not. But what's interesting too is I'm looking at this map more, and I remember I kept getting like really sandy stuff. Like this isn't very far from that area that I guess used to be like an old lake where it's like really sandy and stuff like that. Yeah, they charged him in May. He's not really, he's a neighbor. That's how they described him, but he knew him. He was living on his property, but still it was his closest neighbor. But it's interesting. It's not far from the like sandy area I was getting. Huh. Yeah, whoever checked the Devil's Playground, they got to just keep going a little bit further. And so, I don't know. I'll post the map on my community page and on the group so that you guys can see it. So, I'll put it up again so you guys can see it. The first thought, the one here. I could be getting it just seemed I was a little bit off the second time, but it still hits the same area. So I just wanted to jump on real quick and share it with you. I don't know if I have anything else to say other than, it's making sense from the further readings. It's matching that. And 30 is something I've been picking up a lot lately. But it's interesting. There's a couple areas like what I was seeing in my dream. Like, see all that green? Like, that's what I was seeing. So I could have been seeing, like, I can see things around the area on the way, etc. So yeah, I'm not trying to, but this pendulum map thing is new. So it's not really me. It's I focus on Dylan, and I try to, it's a learning process, and we won't we won't know how accurate it is until people check out the areas I say and see. Like I said, but we can get within miles, so it might not be that exact area, but that's the area I would check, like around that area. But because it's a new thing, I don't, like I said, I didn't get a chance to test it, so that's why I second guess it, because I've never really had much luck with pendulums, but this is a different way than what I've ever tried to use it before. So I just don't have the time or energy to do cases that have already been solved to kind of fix it. So yeah, no, he hasn't been convicted yet, just charged. So they haven't done like court or anything like that. I think they're trying to work a deal to find out where Dylan is. I'm not sure. Hey, what are you doing with that? 1 second. All right. So it's about 40 minutes, like I was saying. If you go the other way, it's longer, but that's a roundabout because I don't know. I didn't go exactly from his. I don't know the address or the coordinates for his farm. So, and I'm just guessing. I'm trying to match it up with this on there for the coordinates because I can't use a pendulum on my phone. So it's not going to work right. Unfortunately, it just doesn't. You have to use a paper map for it. So that's the best I can do. I think it gives a roundabout area. They'll just have to search in miles around that area and see if they can come up with anything. If anybody will. Usually people don't go where I say. So if they do, great. And we'll see if it's accurate. If not, then I don't know what to say. I just put out what I put out, and hopefully it helps. And that's all I can do. Have to let it go till I pull back anyways. But there's not much left to do with him. I've done tons of readings on him. So it's nicer to just try and find a location. Hi, Katie. Find a location that makes sense. So it does match. So hello. Well, it's not me, it's spirit. I just try. Hi, Midnight. Long time no see. Hi. So I mean, we don't know, I guess. We'll find out. We'll find out if we can get anybody to go. I don't know that searches are really searching anymore, but I'd be interested if anybody wants to check it out. No, not that I know of. We don't know until the area is checked. So that's just the location I'm being given as far as the pendulum goes. Already did that and already did a reading on the flight. It's in the playlist. But I can only do so many maps because it depends, like I said, how close they are. If they're really far away, it's hard because the way the map prints out, it prints out big and it doesn't give me a large enough area if they're far away. It has to be more close. I've already done reading on that. We did it on New Year's, so when you go watch it, pay attention that it was done during a New Year's live, and we were all partying at the time before it was done. So we did cut it, but it's already there. But I have not used a map on it. But it's hard if they're far away, it's harder. Only because like of how the map prints out. You know what I mean? They already think they know where MH370 would be. I already did a reading on that, so you guys can go look at that. But as far as locating on a map, if it's far away, like it depends on how I can print out the map. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like Dulce is not working. It works one direction, but not the other direction because it just keeps making me go, 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 and I run out of map. So if she might be a little bit farther than what we're thinking. I kept thinking, well, did they take her to Mexico? Because my other side wasn't reading. So I'm waiting for a bigger map for that. But I don't know. We don't even know if this is accurate. I'm just hoping that it is. I'm hoping that it is because it's accurate for the person that I watched, that I learned it from. So it's accurate for them. I'm hoping it's accurate for me. And this is a new way because otherwise I stare at a map for hours and get drawn in all different directions. So hopefully this is a new way. I'm not going to do another reading on that airplane. Have multiple people say that they think they know what happens. All I know is what spirit gives me. It's they might have the location anyways, but I already put what I already did the reading on it, so it's there. But again, it depends on what I can print out. So if the ocean is very big, if I can't print that out on a map, it's going to be hard to do. If I can find just a regular map of that location, then that would be different. Anybody can send me any maps from the location, because right now I can only work with what I'm printing out, and I'm printing out from maps. So even if I zoom in or I pull out, sometimes like it prints the map just like I showed you. Like even if I zoom in, it still prints a big map of that, and it's more zoomed in, but it's still like if they're further, like if he was, for instance, outside of what this map is showing, I wouldn't get a hit. So it has to be able to fit on this map right now, unless you guys want to send me maps, which someone is sending me a map, but I've never used one on that map. So that's all new. It's going to be learned. It's going to be something that I'm learning. Definitely. All learning process. And we're just going to have to see, we're just going to have to see how accurate it is if it ever gets checked out. So, but I think it tried to change direction because it was trying to find a place to go to land because it was having issues. I honestly never got that the guy did it on purpose. So, hey, stop it. And people get found in the time they're meant to be found. If he's not meant to be found in the timing that I'm just, what I say, I just try. Can't say it's, I don't know. Can't promise. Can't make any promises. But wouldn't hurt to check out. It does match all the readings I've done. So just like Summer's, her area matched. So I tried that multiple times and kept getting the same thing. So I do it more than once just to make sure that I'm hitting around the same area. So I don't know. But if anybody wants to send this to anyone, I will post, like I said, I'll post the map on the community page. I'll post it on the group, and you guys can send it to whoever you think can go take a look for me. It doesn't hurt to try. What else do we have to go on? That's how I always feel about things, is it doesn't hurt to try it, right? Especially when we're at a dead end. It doesn't hurt. So that's how I feel about it anyways. I don't know. I just know I have to use it on a paper map. And if it's outside of the range of what I can print, because even when I try to zoom in, it still prints the map like it did. So I think that like the maps that are like water maps or whatever they're called are really good to do too, someone said. So I just don't have a bunch of maps for a bunch of different cases. So it's one of those things, like if you guys, I can always get maps. Like if you guys want to send them to me, but hey, Libby. Goodness gracious. She always runs across here, doesn't she? Every single freaking time. Hi, Veronica. So they actually put out that they might have the location of that plane. But yeah, I accidentally did a reading on that anyways. But it's really hard to find the middle of an ocean. I just need I have to have a different map. I mean, even if I look it up, I possibly could, but I don't understand like that part of the world. So I would have to see. I don't know. I don't even know how to do it. I have to talk to Tammy, and she can maybe tell me where to like make a map of, and I could try it that way because I have no idea. So I keep having like itches right here, just in this spot of my arm, and I can't figure out why. There's no rash or nothing. It's the weirdest thing. All the time, just in that spot. So weird. Anyways, all right. I just wanted to get on and give you guys that location, and hopefully it's right. Libby, your head is in the screen. She's Forever Kitten. You want to see how small she is? Come here, Forever Kitten. Look how small Libby is. Look how small Forever Kitten is. Forever Kitten Libby. Huh? Are you Forever Kitten Libby? Are you? Remember when you used to come on the lives all the time when you were itty bitty tiny? She's like almost a year old, and this is as big as she is. I know. Here, I'm putting you back. You little testy thing. She got a little weird after she got fixed. I don't know. What, Libby? She's gonna sit there and shake her tail at me. She's so tiny. I just call her Forever Kitten. She's the smallest cat I've ever seen. I think she's already a year old. She's either a year old this month or October. I found her, probably October, because I found her right before Rick Allen was arrested. So I named her Libby. Like, I had a vision of her before I found her. She got stuck with me. Oh, baby. She's like... All right, guys. I think I'm going to go. I can't think of anything else to talk about. I did a 3-hour live last night. I was trying to think... I don't know. We'll see if I can do the Rainbow Bridge tomorrow. I hope I can. I need to. I just have 2 1-hour readings, so I'll try to, but they're earlier, so maybe I can take like a nap or something and be okay and come on. We'll see. Just keep an eye out for it. It'll post as a scheduled live. So, all right. I think, does anybody have anything else they want to say or ask while I'm on here before I go? I don't want to make it too long because I want people to actually watch this. All right, guys. I am gonna go. I'm tired. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out for a few minutes.